What's going on, you guys? Gaming out here coming at you for another video. Now, I know this is different than my typical style of videos, and I wasn't even going to do this till I got home. It was going to be one of those things where you got to just wait till I get home where I feel comfortable in front of my camera, in front of my mic. But I do feel like the show of Xbox was enough where I needed to just go ahead and break protocol and just come out here and talk to you guys. This is going to be a little bit unorthodox to how I do things. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of editing because I don't have a whole lot of tools here. But anyway, let's get on with the Microsoft Xbox 2023 showcase. I just got through watching it maybe an hour ago. Yeah, I got the FanFest shirt. I was in the building, guys. I was in the building. So yeah, take that into consideration. You know, I definitely was there live, so that's going to, get this a little bit different than most people. Now, you guys know how I am. Regardless if I seen it live, I'm still gonna be real with you guys. And I think we can all agree that was a good show. They had a lot of good ups, they had some downs. I'm not gonna say they didn't. One thing that I could really let's start with the positive first. The way they showed Avowed, phenomenal. I will say Avowed looked a little bit different than originally anticipated, and I'm not saying it looked bad by any means. I think it looked good, but I do feel like the way I saw that trailer in 2021, 2022, maybe 19. No, it's 2021. I don't know. The way I saw that trailer, it kind of felt more what's what I'm looking for? It felt a little bit more uh it felt more artistic than what I saw in the trailer. And when it comes to the trailer, that felt a little bit more in general on, a Skyrim level. Now it did look a little bit cartoony in the trailer that we saw a few years ago, but this particular one looked way more cartoony. It looked more like the Outer Worlds. Is that bad? No. It's just I feel like they gave me an expectation that wasn't justified to the final product because I feel like that what we saw today is more in line to what we're actually going to see. Now let's talk about Fable. Fantastic showing. It was a mixture of it looks like cinematics from the game and in-game gameplay. Well, in engine gameplay. So I thought it was good. I thought if it showed one thing, it showed, look, this is the way we're going to do things from now on. And we're showing you that the Fable thing is going to have what you expect from Fable, and it's going to have newer stuff. You know, I do think they're going to have a good middle ground. They're going to keep that enticing comedy thing that Fable's always had, that British humor, but I think they're going to have a better balance than they did back with the original Fable trilogy. Now let's talk about Hellblade. This is the biggest criticism I have for this particular show. I felt like Hellblade definitely needed more gameplay. If you go back and you look at 2019, I think when they revealed the Series X, and you look at that video game awards, and you look at now, we essentially know nothing new about Hellblade 2. But at the end of the day, it's just one game. I do feel like more people are kind of wanting to know about Hellblade than anything else. And I think the people that do want to know about Hellblade, they're going to be a little bit disappointed because they didn't get the information that they wanted. And I don't blame them because they didn't show us what the majority of the people I know want to see. Now let's move to Starfield. Actually, let's not do Starfield first. Let's go through like the little games. They had this game that was like 33 or something like that. They had a couple third party stuff, and for the most part, the pacing of this was well. They showed really good indie games that was enticing and looked really nice. I think people don't mind seeing indie games in a conference. It's just people mind seeing stuff that they don't find appealing. And I feel like Xbox did a really good job this year on finding some of the appealing indies that people really are gravitated towards. And I think they did a good job on that. Another criticism I can give for this is I feel like games as a service, way too much in this. Look at the Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, Sea of Thieves. It got to the point where if I was seeing Xbox Game Studio Presents, I didn't know if I should be hyped or not because it might just be an expansion or some kind of newer content on these games as a service. I got no problem with these games. I think these games are terrific, and I think PlayStation, we can agree, PlayStation would love to have these games, but at the same time, how many years we gonna see Sea of Thieves? How many? It is what it is at that point, you know? I understand these are big games, and I understand that these type of games is what really drives people to the platform because more people play Fortnite than anything else. These games as a service do very well. So I can understand that. I just feel like they're better off in like a an extended showcase because I know they're gonna do that Tuesday, I believe. So it is what it is on that. You know, for the most part, I would say some more criticism I would give is like the lack of concrete release dates. You know, we got concrete release dates for Starfield, Forza. There was a couple other indie games that we got concrete release dates for, but we didn't get no concrete release dates for the stuff that I felt like was the pillar of the show, like Avowed, Hellblade. We got just 2024s, and that's nothing bad. It's just to me, if in order for me to give this a better score, I needed to see a concrete release date for one of those games at least. You know, give me a 2, 3, 2020, 2, 3, 15, 2024 release. Now I get it, the industry that just got through COVID, so maybe they're in this standpoint where we're not going to just put our name on stuff right now. We know this game's coming out in 2024, and we're going to give them as much time as they need before we start putting street dates out there. And I can respect that, but at the same time, you know, I would have liked to have seen more concrete street dates, especially Hellblade. You know, Hellblade is one of those games people really expected this year, and it's not a bad thing that it's not coming out this year, but the fact that we didn't get a release date as well, which has got a release window, is kind of disappointing. But besides that, Starfield looked amazing, guys. You know, if you didn't know what Starfield was, you do now. And if you still don't know what Starfield is, go watch that because you didn't pay attention. Starfield is the definition of a Bethesda game, and it's exactly how they make Bethesda's type games, and I'm excited by that. You know, when it comes to this, I think it showed Microsoft's got stuff in the tuck, and they got stuff they never showed. They got that Exile Entertainment game. They showed that. That looked phenomenal. We didn't get a whole lot of gameplay on that, if any, but we got some of the concept when it come to making that gameplay trailer, and I think that looked very good. I think we can look at this Xbox show, and we could see that Xbox isn't out of this race by far. You know, if anything, the criticism that they got the past couple years, you saw in this showcase. Great pacing. Showed us what we needed and got the hell up out of there. You know, we saw some games as a service, but we didn't see too much of it. There was a decent amount, but there was a lot of good original IPs that we saw from this. We got the developers that made Banasog. We got that 33 game with that you can play with up to 32 people. We got a lot of good announcements at this show. There was something for everyone, but at the same time, even if you didn't like it, you can look at that and see, yo, I can understand why people really want to play that game. Xbox showed up to this, and I think everyone here watching this can agree with me. They still got more to do. They showed the game that's made by Obsidian. I think its name's like Protocol or something like that. You know, they showed the Persona games. Well, I'd like to know what that game was called. The newer IP by Avow, not Avow, by Atlas. I have a time frame. I got to get this done. That's why I'm not looking up any of this stuff. It's just my raw emotions, my raw reactions to this stuff. I think it was a fantastic show. 8.5 out of 10. The only reason I'm not giving anything more than 8.5 is because in order to get that, I feel like I would need to see Hellblade Combat because we didn't see that, and I would need to see some solid release dates. You know, the games as a service is one thing. I'm not going to knock them for that because they have a lot of people that watch the show for those type of games. But me particularly, as the gamer I am, they didn't really do much for me. Now I can understand the Monkey Island one because that was a collaboration, so I can understand why that would be there. But you know, when it comes to the other games as a service, we got to just be honest. We're not the only people watching this. You know, it would be nice if these shows were catered to only us, but they got to cater to multiple facet of gamers. They can't just cater to one person. But anyway, put in the comment section below how you guys feel about this. You know, I want what I want from you guys in this comment section is I want you to tell me a rating 1 through 10 what you guys felt this show should realistically get. Like I said, 8.5. If I could only do a whole number, I would say 8 because I think it's more closer to 8 than a 9. But I can understand why people would say this is a 9 because for what game didn't really appeal to me, I can see why other people would like it. That's the point of this is there was so much stuff there. I can understand why some people would like some stuff over more, and I can understand why someone would give this a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. To me, it's 8.5, 8 to 8.5 out of 10. I think it was a phenomenal show. Showed exactly what we wanted to a degree. Obviously, when it comes like the Hellblade and some street dates, we can definitely get that. But when it comes to especially the street dates, they can show us that later on towards the end of the year, and it would be fine. I think we'll probably see Hellblades first, and then we'll probably see Avowed a little bit after that. But put in the comment section below what rating did you guys give the show? I'm very curious to hear your guys' opinion, and, I'm on my way back home. LA's been good. But anyway, this is Gaming Out. I'm out of here. Peace.